But there's no such thing as mermaids.
Right.
It's fictional.
Come on, dog.
You acting as if,
Come on,
I mean,
man.
good gosh, didn't they put a white man as Moses?
Right.
Didn't they put a, I mean, could you read, oh, no, I ain't gonna go that way. But when you read Exodus 4 and 6, you know he wasn't white.
Right.
Did they not, Mel Gibson, did he not put a white actor to play Christ?
Right.
Who said in Revelation 1 and 14, it says hair like wool, skin like brass, right? So we over here, they over there upset and in arms about a black Little Mermaid, but it's this never happened. And think about it. What the hell this got to do with Chinese people?
Break it out.
The hell they so vested in what Disney's doing? Let's get into it, man. I want to kind of run through this.
China is the emulation of desolation.
Right. China is the emulation of desolation. Hey, give me Matthew 24 real quick. Give me Matthew 24 and 14. You know, so there's like, what are you talking about? Emulation of desolation. Let me show you. We're going to show you what we're talking about right now. Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
A witness unto all nations that we're scattered in. That's why it says that, because the Israelites are scattered in all nations. Go ahead.
Right.
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. But it's telling us, it's giving us clues on what to look out for before the end comes. Watch this next verse.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation.
Right, it says, when you see the abomination of desolation, read.
Spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Stand in the holy place.
Right, stand in a holy place. All right, so let's see what that's talking about right there. Give me Daniel chapter 9, verse 26. Because he said, Christ said right there, when you see the abomination of desolation, stand in a holy place. But he said this was what? This was written in the book of Daniel. All right, so we got to go to the book of Daniel. Give me Daniel 9 and 26. Watch this, y'all.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 26.
Go ahead.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off.
It says, shall what?
Messiah be cut off.
Hey, I'm going to let y'all know. Who is this talking about? This talking about Jesus the Christ. For all of you lonelyites out there trying to say that Christ ain't in the Old Testament, who else is the Messiah? Jesus the Christ. All right, read that verse again.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself.
It says, but not for himself. Why? Because he died for the sins of the people. Give me Isaiah 53 and 10 real quick. I'm going to be going fast. I'm going to be going a little bit faster because we press for time. So Isaiah 53 and 10. Let me hear that.
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 10.
Come on.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin.
For offering for what?
Offering for sin.
Because Christ died for the sins of the nation of Israel, right? All right, so go back to Daniel 9:26. Watch this.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 26.
Come on.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself.
Why is it not for himself? Because he died for the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary.
Right, but it says after Messiah is crucified, it says the people of the prince, they're going to come and destroy the city and the sanctuary. Okay, finish that off.
And the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war, desolation and desolations are determined.
Right, desolations are determined. So this is the abomination of desolations that was spoken of in Matthew 24. But I want to focus right here when it says, and the people of the prince that shall come destroy the city and the sanctuary. Give me John 11. Give me John chapter 11, verse 47. And verse 48. All right, watch this, y'all.
The book of John, chapter 11 and verse 47.
Go ahead.
Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
It says, what do we for this man? Who's that man? Jesus the Christ. Go ahead.
Right. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
As prophecy said, is going to be some believe and some that despise him. Who rejected Christ? We're reading about it. The Pharisees, the scribes, and the elders.
Right.
All right, read.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place.
The Romans shall do what?
Take away both our place.
Hold on. Hold that. Go back to Daniel 9 and 26. All right, so it says the Romans, this is a nation of people. It says that the Romans will come and take away our land. So read that in Daniel 9, 26. Watch this, y'all.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 26.
Come on.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city.
The what?
The city.
The what?
The city.
Go back, right back to John 11 and 48.
John chapter 11, verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
Come on.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place.
Our place is the city. That's the land. You see that? Go ahead.
And nation.
And nation. All right, from there, give me Luke 21 and verse 20. Give me Luke chapter 21, verse 20. Before that, actually, go back to Matthew 24. So I want you to read Matthew 24, verse 15, and I want you to go to Luke 21 and 20. Watch this. We're going somewhere with this.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse
15.
Verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Right. So the abomination of desolation is going to be done by who? It says by the Romans or the Edomites, Esau.
That's right.
They're the ones responsible for destroying Jerusalem. When did that take place? 70 AD. Okay, go to Luke 21 and verse 20 real quick.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
You see, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, who are those armies? The Roman armies, led by Titus and his father Vespasian. All right, read that again.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
That the what?
The desolation thereof is nigh.
Right. So today's topic of the day is China is the emulation of desolation.
That's right.
All right. So they're not the real thing, but they trying to be like the real thing.
Right.
All right. We're going to go somewhere with this. Give me Revelation 17. Give me Revelation chapter 17. And I want verse 8.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Right, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. This is talking about Europe. Okay, this beast is talking about Europe. The bottomless pit is Europe because they don't have any natural resources. That's why you see they're always in somebody else's land.
Right.
Think about the Congo. Think about all of Africa, taking all the natural resources and then putting a tax on the inhabitants of that land.
Right.
All right, they take and then make you pay a tax to them. They colonize you, they enslave you. That's how they get down. So read the verse again.
And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Read.
And go into perdition.
Should be destroyed. Go ahead.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
That's a cold scripture right there. It says Esau never had a chance at repentance.
Yes.
That's what it's saying right there.
Right.
So they never had a chance at repentance since the foundations of the world.
That's what the Bible says.
Read on.
When they behold the beast that was and is not.
Right, when they behold the beast that was and is not. Read on.
And yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth.
All right, so now we're finna deal with verse 10. Watch this.
And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen.
Right, it says there's 7 kings. 5 are fallen. Was that Greece, France, Spain, Russia, and Germany. Okay, it says, and there are 7 kings, and 5 are fallen. Read.
And one is.
One is, who's the is right there? That's Rome. The Rome was in rulership at this time. Okay, read.
And the other is not yet.
The other is not yet come is Great Britain. The one that has not yet come is Great Britain. Read.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Right, when he comes, he must continue a short space. Read.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth.
Even he is the eighth. And out of Great Britain came who? The United States of America.
That's right.
All right. So why are we going through this? Because the abomination of desolation, who did that? That was the Romans, right?
Right.
And we know it came from Rome to Great Britain to the present day beast, which is the United States of America. 2nd Ezra 11:39, real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 11, verse 39. Okay. China is the emulation of desolation. All right, read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 39.
Watch this, y'all.
Art not thou it that remaineth of the fourth beast, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their time might come through them?
That the what?
The end of their times might come through them.
Right. Look, brothers and sisters, we're living in the end times right now.
That's right.
Show you that
That's
this
right.
beast is talking about the United States of America. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
That's right.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness.
Who's this world superpower today? United States of America.
That's
Go ahead.
right.
And over the whole compass of the earth.
That's well, you mentioned that earlier, Officer Sampson, Job 9:24. It says the wicked do what?
Gonna cover the face.
They're gonna cover the face of the earth.
That's
All
right.
right, go ahead.
With much wicked oppression.
With what?
Much wicked oppression.
With much wicked oppression. That's going into obviously slavery. That's going into Jim Crow. That's going into they come against us in real estate. They come against us in the foods we eat, biological warfare, racism. You understand? It says by much wicked oppression. All right. Sometimes they're not going to be so open with it. Okay. And then you just got flat out murder, and that's still going on today. Finish that out.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With deceit. Play the news clip of what just took place in Ocala with our sister. Watch this, y'all.
In Ocala this morning, a woman is under arrest days after she shot and killed her neighbor through her front door.
Now, the woman told deputies she fired at the mom of 4 in self-defense, but the sheriff says it's just not the case. And Regina Gonzalez is following the latest she's in the newsroom with all of this. Good morning, Regina.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, deputies are saying this was not a stand your ground case, but a tragic ending to a nearly 2-year-long feud between these neighbors. Ajika Owens, who also goes by AJ, leaves behind 4 young children, and one of them was right beside her when she was shot while trying to approach this neighbor about another incident. The neighbor accused of pulling the trigger was officially identified as 58-year-old Susan Lawrence. She was officially arrested yesterday on charges of manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, battery, and assault. This is footage of that arrest. On the day of the shooting, reports said Lawrence was overheard yelling and arguing with AJ's children who were playing in a nearby field, and then threw a rollerblade skate at the 9-year-old son, which hit him in his toe. When the boy and his brother went to talk to Lawrence about what happened, she then opened the door and swung an umbrella at them. After AJ went over.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that. Give me Isaiah 13 and 16. This is why you can't forget about on Django. What's her name? Say bye.
Laura.
Bye, Laura. You can't forget about Laura, bro. It's not just the Edomite man that hates our guts. It's the Edomite woman that hates us too.
That's right.
Okay, watch this. Isaiah 13.
The hell is this?
Read that.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces.
Right, it says their children are going to be dashed to pieces. Go ahead.
Before thine eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
Everybody's going to be destroyed. That's the other nations
That's
having at them.
right.
Everybody in that nation, whether it's man, woman, or child, they all going to feel the wrath.
That's right.
Because give me Ezekiel 35 and 5.
Bring it out.
You got to understand this. Laura, she shot our sister. She didn't even open the door.
Right.
So the sister just walked up to the door and she shot her through the door. And she tried to keep her feet, but she ended up stumbling in the yard and passed away in the yard, man. All right, read that real quick.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And have done what?
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Let me hear verse 9.
Verse 9.
Come on.
I will make thee perpetual desolation.
You see that thing? Because you got a perpetual hatred against the people of God. God said you're going to be destroyed forever.
That's right.
You're going to be have perpetual what?
Desolation.
Perpetual desolation. Now, y'all all know our sister, what's her name? Is it Haley? Yeah, Haley Bailey, right? The singer, the sister that played the Little Mermaid. Y'all remember when that teaser or that promo or whatever that came out? A lot of white people was upset about that. You remember that thing right there? Yeah, they tried to demonize her. So you had Esau. We know how Esau feels about us. But let's see how your Moab over there in China. Let's see what they had to say about it. Play the next video, please.
Bring it up.
The Little Mermaid is dramatically underperforming in two significant markets, especially China, the world's second largest box office, and South Korea, amid racist commentary and critiques that are out there. The black actress Halle Bailey, she has been widely commended and praised for her performance as the main character Ariel, but apparently not enough to win over certain would-be viewers in China and South Korea who just can't get over the fact that she was cast by Disney in this role. Now, the film has found success in many countries around the world. We'll walk through some data points for you. In fact, according to ComScore, the film has made $327 million globally. But China, again, the world's second largest box office, has contributed a very small amount. According to NData, this is the Chinese box office tracker, in mainland China, the film made only $2.7 million in its first 5 days. And you compare that to the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, that brought in nearly $20 million in its first 5 days. Some in mainland China have been sharing their objections online. You know, one netizen on a platform called Maoyan, which is a box office movie platform, said, quote, that the fairy tale I grew up with has changed beyond recognition, unquote. And Chinese state media has been egging on such responses. In fact, let's bring it up for you. An op-ed, it was published before the film's debut in China. The Global Times said this, quote, the controversy surrounding Disney's forced inclusion of minorities in classic films is not about racism, but it's lazy and irresponsible storytelling strategy.
Yeah,
unquote.
it is about racism. You got to understand. Pause it real quick. We come right back to, bro, there's no such thing as mermaids.
Right.
It's fictional.
Come on now.
You acting as if,
Come on,
I mean, good
man.
gosh, didn't they put a white man as Moses?
Right.
Didn't they put a, I mean, could you read, oh, no, I ain't going to go that way. But when you read Exodus 4 and 6, you know he wasn't white.
Right.
Did they not, Mel Gibson, did he not put a white actor to play Christ? Who said in Revelation 1 and 14, it says hair like wool, skin like brass, right? We over here, they over there upset and in arms about a black Little Mermaid, but it's this never happened. This never happened. Go back to it, man.
Disney declined to comment to CNN on the story, but we've also seen similar reaction online in South Korea, with one user saying that the movie had, quote, been ruined, adding the hashtag #NotMyAriel. According to the Korean Film Council in South Korea, The Little Mermaid attracted, and here are more numbers for you.
Hey, and think about it. What the hell this got to do with Chinese people?
Bring it out.
The hell they so vested in what Disney's doing?
Exactly.
Like you said, they the emulation of desolation. They want to be just like white people so bad that they get mad at what white people get mad at.
Exactly.
So for years, white people have been the last Mohican. They've been the gods of Egypt. They've been the slaves and the
Paul Mooney said, the last nigga on earth, starring Tom Hanks.
Yep.
they were the last samurai. They played everything, but soon as we get a fictional character, that make you mad.
Right.
Moab, you just like Esau. Y'all gonna pay for that.
Aaron, what you had?
Hey, give me Isaiah 16 and 6 real quick. Because like Officer Elijah was bringing out and Cap is talking about, they're trying to emulate Esau. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 16, verse 6.
Because Cap just read Ezekiel 35, right? Watch this.
We have heard of the pride of Moab.
The pride of what?
Moab.
Read.
He is very proud.
Because what? Esau is also a proud man. Read.
Even of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath. But his lies shall not be so.
It shall what?
Shall not be so.
Because guess what? This is what Captain is bringing out. They're going to have the same end that Esau is going to have.
That's right. Hey, real quick, for the sake of time, but in the rest of that video, it goes on to like to list more of those quotes, the racist quotes.
Right.
A lot of us, you know, coming up, we never thought about Chinese people being racist.
Right.
Nah, they hate you just as much as Esau hates you. And just showing it to back up Aaron, go to 2nd Ezra 15. Give me verse 48. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 48. Watch this.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 48.
Go ahead.
Thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions, Therefore saith God.
Who's the thou? Read verse 46.
Verse 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person.
Right. They want to be the exact same person as the so-called white man today.
Right.
All right. That's what they want to do. And it says in verse 48, thou hast followed her that is hated. The her, jump up to verse, we read this earlier, verse 43. This is the her right here.
Verse 43. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon.
Unto who?
Babylon.
Read.
And make her afraid.
And make her afraid. Right. So it's showing you they want to be just like the United States of America. Right. Real quick, for the sake of time, let's go to the commercial. Yep. Play that commercial real quick. I'm pretty sure y'all seen this one before, but we got some more stuff. Read that. Let me play that. Stop. See that? That's the. Hey, we do that foolishness to ourselves, man.
Right.
But that shows you what.
on now, dog.
We over there too, and they giving us hell over there too.
Right. That's right.
Give me Isaiah 48 real quick. Damn. I believe that's what I want to see, 48 or 49, just to show you that we is over there in China. We everywhere according to Bible prophecy. Just like the brothers, we got IUIC Japan, man.
That's right.
Right.
Shouts out to those brothers over there doing the work. 49 and 12. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 12.
Come on.
Behold, these shall come from far.
Right. These is talking about us, our forefathers. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them. Even by the springs of water shall he guide them.
Who's it them? The Israelites. All right. Watch this. Verse 12.
Verse 12. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north, and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim.
Right, so you got the north, that's Europe, the west, that's United States of America, and these from the land of Sinim. Sinim is the east, that's talking about the land of China.
Right.
So it's showing you that's our people are located over there too, but that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to talk about that blatant racism right there.
Right. Bring it
That the brother signed up for. That's the foolishness, man.
Right.
But just showing you they hate you just as much as the white man. They put it, make it subtle. Subliminal messaging.
Right.
Now check this out. This next article from Time News, I believe, or something like that. You got the website for from the magazine, Time Magazine. Shouts out to Captain Shemaiah for this thing right here. So let's read the first two paragraphs. Watch this.
Today, Brown v. Board of Education, with its ruling in favor of equality, is known as the definitive Supreme Court case about the segregation of American schools. But 3 decades earlier, a Chinese family in the Mississippi Delta region brought their own school segregation case to the Supreme Court, and not only lost, but set a painful precedent in favor of segregation.
Read on.
In a new book about their case, Water Tossing Boulders, How a Family of Chinese Immigrants Led the First Fight to Desegregate Schools in the Jim Crow South, author Adrian Berard explores how the Lum daughters found themselves discriminated against in Rosedale, Mississippi.
So they say they were discriminated against. Now, let's see what they're talking about when they say they were discriminated against.
Come on now, dog.
You got the screenshot for me? Pull up the next one. Yes, read from what it says they primarily served.
They primarily served an African-American clientele. Their children attended white schools. And when they moved to Rosedale, their second daughter, Martha Lum, excelled academically. She had already been keeping the books for her family's grocery store since she was 5 or 6.
It looks like it's cut off, IT. Make it fit the screen, please. Thank you.
Still, when she and her older sister, Berta, arrived for the first day of school in 1924, their second year in Rosedale, they were told to leave and attend the black school in town instead. They were now considered colored.
Right, so they said, hey, Esau looking at you like, y'all ain't on our level.
Right.
But it's showing in Moab mindset, they think that they are.
Right.
So they was told they had to go to school with us. Right. Now let's just see the hatred. Let's see how deeply rooted the hatred is. Go to the next screenshot. Read that.
The Lum family sued to get their daughters back into the white school.
You see that? That's how much they hate and despise us. You say, we don't want to go to school with these black people.
Right.
Give me Zephaniah 2 real quick, man. Zephaniah chapter 2, and I want verse 8. Watch this. Zephaniah 2 and 8. I only want 8. Don't read on. Just want verse 8.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab.
You see that? God said he has heard the reproach of Moab. All right? It's the same reproaches that we get from the beasts.
Right.
The white people. Go ahead.
And the revilings of the children of Ammon.
That's going into the Japanese. All right? Go ahead.
Whereby they have reproached my people.
You see that? God says these I ain't going to say it. Gooks. These gooks have reproached God's people. Read that part again.
Whereby they have reproached my people.
Go ahead.
And magnify themselves against their borders.
You see that? They magnified themselves against the people of God. They think that they're better. Right. No, God says that we his chosen people.
That's right.
Okay? That's Zephaniah. Yeah. So drop that. Give me Psalms 108. All right? Just give me verse 9. Psalms chapter 108, verse 9. So you see Moab or the Chinese out there, they want to be exactly like America in all things. And they think that they're going to be the next superpower. Right. But there is a God. There is a God.
That's right.
Read that real quick.
The book of Psalms, chapter 108 and verse 9. Moab is my washpot.
But this is how God feels about them. They want to come against and rise up against the people of God. But God said, you my washpot. You base. Go ahead.
Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
Well, over Edom will he cast out his shoe. Go ahead.
Over Philistia will I triumph.
You see that thing right there? These are the three top enemies on God's hit list. Right. You always got the white man in the mix. You got the Chinese and the Arabs. Right. Same thing in Psalms 83.
Right. Bring it up.
Okay. The Most High, just like he said in Isaiah 63. He's gonna tread the foot in Basra.
That's right.
All right. His garment's gonna be stained. But ultimately, these nations are beneath us. Why? Right. Because we are the people of God. And I'm gonna show you they're beneath us. Play the next video.
Watch that.
We're gonna show y'all out there. Oh, I got a Chinese friend with squinty eyes. Okay. God said they're your enemy.
That's right.
Play the video.
What is that? She gonna eat it, isn't it? She gonna eat it.
Don't do it.
Some of our brothers want to marry that.
Right. Exactly.
You see that? Wash pot.
Play the next one. So, what is that? Tarantula, spider?
Yeah, a spider.
Play the next one. See what this is.
Just
think she gonna have
That's
your
a
kids
fact.
Oh my.
Hey, Trump was right. The Chinese, hey, they did it. He ain't lying. Bat and tomato soup.
Wow.
If you marry that, your kid's gonna be eating that.
Exactly.
What is that?
People think she ain't gonna do it. She gonna do it, y'all.
อีเกียก็คือค้างคาวที่แบบ
She eating it.
ที่บ้านเรียกอีเกีย
That sauce don't make it taste good.
So these people right here, they think that they can speak against the children of God. God's saying, you guys are washpot.
That's
what
right.
the scripture says. Let's go to Jeremiah 48 before we go to the rundown, man. Give me Jeremiah 48 real quick. All right, give me verse 39. Watch this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 48 and verse.
I don't know what Samson got going on over there. this brother right here, man. Jeremiah 48 and verse 39. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 39.
Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass in the latter days that I will bring again the captivity of Elam, saith the Lord.
Wait. Jeremiah 48 and 39.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 39.
Watch this, y'all.
They shall howl, saying, how is it broken down? How hath Moab turned the back with shame? So shall Moab be a derision and a dismaying to all them about him.
Watch this.
For thus saith the Lord, behold, he shall fly as an eagle.
He should do what?
Fly as an eagle.
Who flies as an eagle? America flies as an eagle. Right. Go ahead.
And shall spread his wings over Moab.
Come on.
Kerioth is taken, and the strongholds are surprised. And the mighty men's heart in Moab at that day shall be as the heart of a woman in her pain.
Watch this.
And Moab shall be destroyed from being a people.
It say that Moab shall be destroyed from being a people. Now, prophetically, their original region, they were pushed farther east. But this is twofold. It's saying that not only because when you look at somebody pull that up, Moab Bible map, all right, because they were pushed farther east to where they at today. So they wouldn't be in that region anymore. But God is saying right here, it's going to come a time where they're going to be destroyed again. That's what the scripture says. It's twofold. Right. Read that verse again, verse 42.
And Moab shall be destroyed from being a people.
Come on.
Because he hath magnified himself against the Lord.
Right. He has magnified himself against the Lord. How did he do that? By magnifying himself against the children, the people of the Lord. Yes. All right, jump down to verse 46.
Verse 46.
Come on.
Woe be unto thee, O Moab, the people of Chemosh.
Chemosh, that's their gods. That's one of their idols. The people of Chemosh. Go ahead.
The people of Chemosh perisheth. For thy sons are taken captives, and thy daughters captives. Yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab in the latter days, saith the Lord. Thus far is the judgment of Moab.
Right, so they not going to get away. Just like Esau not going to get away, they ain't getting away either. Go back to Zephaniah 2 and end right here. Give me verses 8 and 9. Never. All right, we doing good on time. We recovered. All right, Zephaniah chapter 2, give me verse 8 and 9 together. Watch this, y'all.
Book of Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 8.
Go ahead.
I have heard the reproach of Moab.
Right. God has heard the reproach of Moab. Go ahead.
And the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people.
Read.
And magnified themselves against their border.
Read.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom.
Moab shall be as what?
As Sodom.
Hold that. Isaiah 13:19. To show you they're going to be destroyed just like the person they trying to emulate. Yes. Moab is the emulation of desolation. Read this.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
When God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, it was utter waste. There was nothing left. How do we know that's not talking about ancient Babylon? Because that Babylon is present-day Iraq, and they're still inhabited. So this Babylon is talking about a future Babylon. But the most important thing is say Moab, they going to get it the exact same way for following after the United States of America. Go back to Zephaniah 2:9.
Bring it up.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 9.
Go ahead.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles. And
that's it on verse 9? No. Finish verse 9 for me.
Even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation.
And a what?
Perpetual desolation.
Come on.
The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them.
Let's get a Most High round of applause for that thing right there. Hey, so the Most High see you, what's the name? Moab.
Moab.
Most High see you, Moab.
Right.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong